that thing. Let's press some buttons and tell a story. Don't know how if I'm gonna bother with voices again. They weren't very good. Or they were great. I don't know. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? So that secret ingredient kernel went ahead and told you outright. Oh, I actually did a bunch of this already. So let's just skip for a while. Yeah, because I died of embarrassment and that's where I left it last time. I've run to him before. I want to run to him again. My kernel. Raz, you act to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Right, this was what killed me before. So let's try this. Maybe you shouldn't be riding a horse to school. Maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. One thing's for sure, Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. They're called hooves. Me. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they are when they were pressing into my face. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. With that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be real bad. Really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with the restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder. He sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. I don't know what voice I was using for him last time. Why do you make like a bee? Am I your own wax, honey? Oh my god. Sit near the rivals but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Yes. Learning. Must learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rolls? I'm not sure you know good meal if it ain't you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. Is that the word? I don't know what that word is. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. Panache? Is that the word? What is that? I obviously don't have it. Flamboyant confidence or style or manner. Oh, flamboyant confidence of style or manner. I learnt a word. Finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Clay must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Ugh. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me. But I'm not interested in either of them. Oh, you. She's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely you must know this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan? Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Pets. Dog, you say? Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now and hope you're ready to learn. You try to give Sprinkles a pat on the head, but he snarls at you. Sorry, to get a little worked up if people try and pet me before I've had my morning coffee. Let that be a lesson to you. Ooh. This thing. Derp. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Ducky! Down, down, boy. Open. What the heck is that? I know English. Apparently there's a bunch of people mentioning this game and that word specifically. Off open is apparently a thing. Whatever. A command shouted by Colonel Sanders and snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favourite fowl, the chicken. Story of fowl. You want to pay attention to the lesson? Truly you do, but Colonel Sanders, right? Which is why in 1776, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders. You miss most of the important parts. I'm looking at the important parts. Don't you worry. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Ray Chicken. Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which items do you want to sample? I'm always bad at these. Let's try pepper. Brightly coloured pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally, you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. whether your body is not prepared for the heat. Pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. Feels like forever as you trip through the universe. I'm tripping on Pepper. I'm tripping on KFC. Am I dying again? I keep dying in the game. My friend. Ooh, spooky. It's October. Spooktober. This guy again? Here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... It's saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've got some stuff stuck in my throat. It's fine. It's fine. I'll work through it. The prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. Pepper was the last of its kind on Earth and now it's gone forever. Think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Lunchtime. Alright. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via time competitive cook-off. I ruined that voice. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Simply off the charts. Gotta play big. Bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tails with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. 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 Ah, good one, Van Van. Like your grunt. Like your gumption, raid chicken. I'll be watching your performance. Is that even what people in Kentucky sound like? Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in, surely to put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. It's the lunchroom, not sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Oh. Oh, shit. Timer ready. Just then huge light blasts you in the face. Flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I feel like I got a pepper stuck in my throat. I was coughing. Oh! I stand corrected. Our way builds solidly a foundation of competence that cannot be swept away. That's an original quote by me. In case anyone was wondering, hope its message lifts you to victory. Jeez. Like a diamond. Oh, wrong character. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now's my chance to shine. I'll defeat you myself. Quite the banger here. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one. You're feeling like you're ready to impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 Celsius. That's right, but how would you even have gotten into the school without knowing that? When I gets to rub my furry belly. Ooh. Ooh. Look, that enticing often motivate you. Going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know how. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he used? 11? That's right, you might not know all the ingredients yet, but you're at least heading in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now you've got some basic steps going on, it's time to elevate your craft. State of mind offers the most flavor. Ooh. Trust. No! I'm begging you to get together. Get? I'm a dog, it's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Classmates are room for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, when I was a young boy, my father took me into the city. And also told me to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. That'd be a great time to harness that energy, so where does it come from? What? It's horrible time to stop forgetting important things. Try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. It's the sound of success. This isn't... So maybe get the spray bottle. Am I dead yet? Oh! Too much speed. I can't cook. I can't even cook in a simulator. Oh. Vigilance? No, it's gratitude apparently. This is your shot. Feet fail me not. Oh. I believe in you, Red Chicken. Oh, it's such a distraction. What can I do? Truly my kitchen rules. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mix up. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Might not have any hands, but Rachkin does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. It's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. Oh my god, am I like... Did I just lose my hand? Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish. Ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare to on account of Rachkin's injury. See, Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Rachkin to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside you find a delicate fried cheese croquet, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pelts of blueberry jelly. I don't know words. What is cooking? Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places his sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. Dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. As your rage burns so intensely within your eyes, they burst into flames. Flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash when they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. I can just draw our eyelashes back on. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. Biff Weather feels like an insult inside you as Storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders! He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decided to get married. Yay! And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You failure, Ray Chicken. Try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. Yeah, I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fire. I'll never be a master chef. Or a kitchen ruler. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you enrolled in culinary school. Incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. Lost my business partner to a gunfight. I shot the bullet, but don't tell people that. I didn't know. People see my delicate rib and tie, my well-kept beard, and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. Oh, couldn't we all? Resolved that. I resolved then that was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money could deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every fail can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I'll create a new chain of chicken restaurants. I'll bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Yay! Go away, Pop. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's a Pokemon monster. Battle scar from the night before, you prepare for the worst. But come on, I let you live. Walker? My son is also named Walker. It is I. I know I said we'll be back after the whole fight to the death thing. Maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Oh, thanks, Booker. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You're human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. Magic spellbook. On the magic spellbook. Raft a river of love. Precisely, I procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg for you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile? Is that the word? Guile? Sleight or cunning intelligence. Gale. Guile? Jail. I don't know. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. I'll be there for you. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen alive. For a chicken, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my highway and we can discuss. Ooh, he's inviting me somewhere. Oh, jeez. Are we ready? Personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh, look at the decor here. We've got chicken. Great view of a lake in the background, some mountains. It's a KFC candle there. A little fireplace. Oh, baby Sanders, and he has a beard. He's got a camel. Kentucky Fried Chicken and Pizza Hut. See, he looks very old here. Is this a photo from the future? Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there's something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. He's gonna rip me off. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy or both, perhaps? Like a wicked wing? A wiki wing? They've gone right where you want them. Should you reveal your new creation to them or keep it a secret just for you? Sharing is caring. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back to this moment. He's gonna reverse engineer my coleslaw. Could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. Listen, now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Snooping? Around the room, there are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Must be where he keeps the secret recipe. Ooh, you think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? So, like, uncooked? No, I think that's salmonella. Adorable little baby boy curls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. I think this must be Colonel Sanders himself. Well, maybe it's the drumstick that seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames the baby picture of them, of just themselves? Or the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Someone I discovered, yeah. So it appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Oh, the door's open now. Take a close look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you read the inscription. Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures. Poor guy. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. No, his hand is on his shoulder. Look closely and see that there's a short inscription. Wonder who my friend Pete is. Perhaps his friend Pete. Gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Then the ghost of student pops up. Ooh, you think about heading out into the world on the quest to avenge my death? Ooh. Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Ooh, it's... Can't you see him in the middle of something? Like, go away. I don't want you haunting me. I'm trying to get laid here. Open a window and crack it. You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out the breeze. There's a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clip to the chicken's foot reads, the true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. Lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in colour. It's actually made of spun silver. Scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched cola? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's salt. Open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. Take one off its hanger and try it on. Jack is a bit big for you, but soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean? Before you look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. Try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh, stop. Stop. Not crack the chicken. You've got to take it off. That's sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire line. You come a little closer. Suddenly everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow and you should be thinking about what you're going to cook. He's sabotaging me. I should be studying. I should be home studying. I just said that. Everyone do take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leading Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, rare chicken? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. You should take things slow. Talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Zzz. You awake to a beautiful morning, Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Oh, I stayed the night. Oh, I'm not that kind of girl. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today's a day that could change the rest of your life. Think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Censored. Some jurisdictions, censored isn't even legal. But the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Oh my god, are there drugs in KFC? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but are there drugs in KFC? Yeah. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. So a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here is a sample breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine, your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could be the world's greatest gift to cookery. I'm Australian, we don't really like the tall poppy stuff. But sure. No, I think we might make a great team. A single tear. Right here. Begins to pull in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. With the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Are you talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. What happened to Pete? Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. You're so choked up. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. Still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. Get home to find something very surprising about your best friend. Find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. Oh my god. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something might have happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date! I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. He was just so interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did he just fall? Should you just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? Why, yes. Yes, she did. And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bundling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. Look, I also have stuff to talk about, so shut up for a second. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. Ooh. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection was wowzers. Together with your bestie. Feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you'll encounter your rivals in the quad. Not these guys again? Tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not grasp the fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Is he meant to be popcorn chicken? Like smaller than everyone? Is that the gag here? Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I love my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare become such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve rage. You got some nerve rage again, suggesting I become defensive horse. No. Oh yeah, I had a good voice from the other day, and I can't remember what it was. Now you twisted my words, and I won't have it. Clench your fist. With injury from yesterday's mixer incident. Accident makes you wince with pain. Ow. Doesn't look like you can go cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are getting close to boiling over. Naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Ragekin, how's her hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fine form by this afternoon. Are you concerned about my hands, Colonel? You say almost break a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What's he doing complimenting her? He's only meant to compliment me. God. Are we like really in love? Are we really business partners? Are we really partners when you compliment other women? What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear you're passionate about how your food is received. It's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Ray Chicken. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more about your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Ray Chicken. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, walk across the quad to get some distance, and attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley. Take out the spell book you recovered yesterday, start flipping through the pages. Resorting to magic. Whoa, that's that book. It looks like bad news. It's just like I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. Grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. Open a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, says around the edges of the page. Could use this spell here, and it says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it'll probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That's way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rude and dark magic. Maybe tie a string around your finger. Look, Colonel Sanders, he's just too strong. He's too strong. Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call with desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No, I don't. No. Take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Who is this man? Has this poster always been here? Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment going on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Must be hungry, reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. It's going to be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. You follow his gaze. You see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. Begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I'll destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. Squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Named him Terrence. You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt not only by Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professorial tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Rachkin, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom, you see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Told you to save it for after class. Think I want to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learnt to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends. Jeff and Joan, J and J forever. Is that a brand? Watch us form a triangle in mid-air as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shade, don't you know? Bzz. Yeah, well that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Get out of my life. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels. And then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Bzz, bzz. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to get alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see the entire thing going down. Nothing like a loud public breakout to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition, showdown, challenge, exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Before you can think about your upcoming competition, There's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug spiraling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could you embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know this breakup is no joke. Even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to settle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion right up to the sunset without me. Because that's what you've been doing this whole time. We've been friends since forever, and you just met this guy. Of course not, well maybe, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us. Whoever else we want to bring along. I'm a terrible friend. Of course, it's not Pop or Clank, anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off Van, the supposed man, his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of how a recipe you've been working on, Ray Chicken's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you. You're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven, but as soon as you do, he's here. Look, I'm trying to study. Can you please, like, for 2 seconds, mate, please? Your conversation is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Ray Chicken, what are you doing here? There's still time before the exam, the final exam. I'm just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station, picturing victory. Visualizing. Pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? It's not bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head cost you a cook-off. You decide it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but the decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Okay, you got me. Doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. I think that's quite a distance. I use kilometers. It's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. My nose is telling me something else. Or no, is it burning? No. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. Look, dude, don't tell them, okay? I'm trying to, like, keep it under wraps. We'll probably start burning in a second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. That's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown's about to begin. It's the final countdown. Wrinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules that is except to cook with everything you've got. Step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. Banger. It's like the mac and cheese, plus the pot pie you've been practicing. Just the dishes that'll push her over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass, several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken, registered trademark. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Baster Blaster. Van flexes his pectorals. That's these things. As he jumps over a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point, chicken cooking technique, beep boop, beep boop. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Oh god. Machine learning. South-dist. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls into the back door of the arena. She frantically prepare your dish. You know, Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she gonna use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Sure. You take out your own spellbook and let your instincts guide you to a page you've never seen before. The summoning spell that will conjure up a spork monster. That seems like a good time to add some chaos to the mix. You have summoned me. The room cooking arena. So many fond memories of battling in this place in my old life. In your old life? I wasn't always the monster you see before me. No. Once I was but a student like yourself who attended the school. You already told me this. And you got turned into that by some naughty kids. Sport monster notices the book you're holding. I see what's going on here. Things aren't going your way, huh? Been there, my friend. I tried to cast a spell myself to imbue my body with the powers of my favorite few foods. As you can imagine, things did not go as planned. And spells say are only cast in case of emergency. They mean it. Kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? Sport monster's smile curves up, mischievously. For starters, never cast spells on yourself. Cast them on your rivals. Just tell me who is giving you trouble, and we'll take very good care of them. Motion to Ashley. Before you can think better of this dastardly decision, he recited a spell that turns her into a chicken. Time to cook her up in my pie. Now mere bird, she flaps her wings and glides off into the produce section of the arena, far from her station. Gotta go. Bye. Bye. This could be dangerous. You're immediately whacked with guilt over this act of blatant transmogrification. You don't know what to do. It would be poetic justice for Ashley to live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet it seems unspeakably cruel. After all, it's just a cooking competition. Fuck off. Chicken Ashley pecks around at the base of her cabinetry, searching for some loose vegetables to eat. Ray Chicken, how could you? Cheating in the final exam, I've never been more disappointed. Can you look at your own cooking and just, like, focus? You don't need to be looking at my business. Here I was considering you for a place not only in my future chain of highly successful chicken restaurants, but also in my heart. Without hesitation, he casts a counter spell from memory that saves her. Such a thing as competing with honor, and this does not qualify. I no longer want anything to do with you. Aww, but I wanted her to be a chicken. You know, for the easiest game released this year, I've gotten a lot of game overs. Turn to the next page and cast a reversal spell. Chicken actually immediately transforms back into herself. What? She's in shock and still exhibiting some chicken-like movements. But it appears to be alright. It's just me, or does the chicken seem remarkably fresh today? Right then you realize that Colonel Sanders witnessed your entire sabotage. He's not impressed. Your heart sinks as you think of how much you might have disappointed him and ruined your chances of any kind of future together. Having suffered this huge setback, don't know how you could ever win. Just give up on school, why not? I can do this, I have what it takes, I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange. Isn't that pretty normal for my hair? As culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady. My knees weak, arms are heavy. Wait. No. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Ooh, yes, Ray Chicken, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. Ooh. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my knees weak, my arms are heavy. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I'll show the world my cookery. Begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time. If I could turn back time. Which would be super useful because while you're powering up, chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. If I could find a way. Don't worry, dear H-Kin, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Pressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today and I must say, truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. Steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. No, this is my exam. Go away. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about tests? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. I mean, you just killed me for not following the rules. I followed my heart. My heart was saying, turn that bitch into a chicken and leave her that way. What a guy. Hypocrite. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid eyes on. Besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. The time expired. It's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall. But the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen. Screen? Is this screen like real life? Hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! Sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Dumb kid. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? Someone asked for a wedgie. Who am I to refuse? Thought a wedgie was a salad. Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I gotta feel my legs. My excuse. Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say this is not the worst prank in UCSAL history. It's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, clank. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? Wait to hear a signature whir beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. There leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. It's been 3 days. 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. My word, that's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki I spy afloat? This itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it myself. In a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimbles worth of soup. A+, rarely do I test a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam's overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Rach, for helping me believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I've made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. Bit much, don't you think? It's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to pour it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first. He can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles can make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. Isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swelling tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. No, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. She has chickens in her tights. I've made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup topped with French meringue and connected by a sugar glass. This is some tasty looking shit. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile, meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something, Rage Kid? I told you, it's a display piece. Actually, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it. 2, I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I want to be judged on eating, I go to College of Eating, school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt this sugar spiral. The food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley as she finally cannot keep her two-face routine up. You are no high-end cuisine if it cooked you! With that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but only this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. This class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. I don't have a good feeling about this. Somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. So I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen. You give me this thing? You completely blow me away. My 49 dog years of life. He's 7. I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious. In fact, everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gets a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive. Even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There was supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be better than this one? Now the school year is complete and everyone has graduated. Students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. Cafeteria is completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking area, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? I mean, obviously he's learned it before. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together... It's the Spork Monster, and he's totally mellowed out. Everyone, Spork Monster is no more. Here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. The student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone's too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Okay. So Pop just got in because his parents are rich and own the school. Fucking the rich get richer, even when they're shit. Yeah, capitalism is bullshit. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who's arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Well, he's still doing the talking thing. I'm Clank, and I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. I have to go now. My planet needs me. Marian, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. Portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Oh my god. Casual wear. He's just got a crew neck. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Oh, look at this shit. This is my coleslaw. This is my potato and okay, it's his gravy. He ripped me off. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Ray Chicken, why are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. Smooth. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Top of my head, I don't know, spicy musk, a tidy goatee, degree from the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It's truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Ray Chicken. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll need to do by myself. Who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think that running restaurants is the best path forward? Get fucked. Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love? The life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh my dear H-kin, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. Along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. He's a dick. Is this credits? Thank you, Psyop. Is this too loud? Let's turn that down a bit. It's pretty nuts. We did it! Oh, that was fun. And stupid and fun.